am on site and I'm at the Chapin farm. I'm excited to be here because we have found some great artifacts at this farm. You can see the farmhouse right here. I'll zoom in there for you guys. And that was my best silver day right there at that farm. And I got my Minelab Equinox 800. I'm hoping to be able to find some really cool and great things. I'm glad that you guys are here with me. Let's get started. This is only my second hole. We got something. All right, I popped the plug, pulled it out, spread it out, and I see it. And this is that a tomback? I think that's a tomback. It's a tomback or pewter button. Yeah, that's an old one. That's an old one. It's pewter because you can see it. A little bit of it's breaking on me. That is a great, fantastic find. That's pewter. It's actually pewter. It's real brittle. All right, I got a nice little hit right here. It's 14. Hopefully it's an old button. You guys see it yet? Hopefully it's not a rifle shell. Well, I still... There it is. There it is. Look at that. See that? It's another button. And it's got a shank on it. All right. It's awesome. It's a tomback. That's old. Look at that. Look how beautiful that button is. See that? All right. Yeah. Just shows you, you never find it all. We pounded this, and yet this is my second button in less than 30 minutes, and it's old. It's tomback. All right, let's keep going. All right, you guys, I haven't popped it yet. You hear how low that is? 11, 9, 9, 10. It's either going to be a pop top or it's going to be pewter. And it's going to be right in there. I see it. I see it. There we go. It is. Look at that. It's another tomback button. That's my third one in about 40 minutes. That is awesome. That is awesome. It still has a shank on it. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is a real old site. I think this predates that house up there, and that house was built in 1815. I think this house here was built in the 1700s. Everything we're pulling out of here is pre-1800. Great sign. Let's keep going. Hey, I'm happy digging buttons all day long. I'd love to dig a coin. A coin has been dug here. There could be coins in here. Even if we don't find coins, we're finding old stuff and we're saving history. All right, you guys. I'm on a hot spot. I pulled it out, and this is what I pulled out of there. And this shank is a drilled shank. And this is an old button. That's a great find. Again, old, no markings. No doubt in my mind, this is 1700s. All right, let's keep going. All right, I popped something out of the plug here. It could be a rifle shell because it's very shallow. But something came out of this plug that I want you guys to see. This is a piece of red pottery. See that? Normally this is really old. You can see how it's in the firing process, how this comes out. So that's a great artifact. But I've got a hit in here. I don't know where it's at. Okay, it is. It's right in here. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's what it is. That is a huge piece of very heavy iron. That is a very piece of heavy iron. I have no clue what this was for. Look, you see how it's angled right there? I bet this was a piece of iron kettle or pot. See that? I bet that's what that was. All right, we'll bag that and we'll keep going. It was in the hole, I pulled it out. It's out. I don't know where it's at though. Okay. So it's 13. It's a solid 13. So that's probably going to be pewter. There it is. There it is. Yep, it's an old. Looky there. It's an old pewter button. Yep, see that? It's an old flat pewter button. It's awesome. You know what? I'll find another button. I'll be tied for the most buttons I've ever found in one day. If I find 2 more buttons, I'll beat it. So I've never really had a really good button day before. And I've never found buttons like this. I am tickled to death. All right, you guys, I tied my record. I got another flat button. It was under the root. I had to dig out from underneath there. I pulled it out and you can see it. And it is a nice tomback button with the shank still on it. And it looks like it might have some fancy on there. Looky there. Best. It says best. So I'm sure it says something else. All right, I don't see any other writing on there. It's got a lot of stars, a lot of fancy. And it just says best on there. All right, you guys. 19 or 20. And it's saying deep. It's right in here. It's right in here. Let's take a look. There it is. Number 7. This is my 7th button. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's gorgeous. 7 buttons. All in this one little area right here on this hillside. All right, you guys, I found something really cool. I just pulled it out of the ground. Look at that. Look at that. That is an old bean pot. See that? It's a huge kettle. Some people call them kettles, some call them bean pots. But that is awesome. That is incredible. Look how nice that is. Look at that. That is definitely 1700s. I found these at other 1700 site. These are really old. Beautiful. I love history. I like iron artifacts too. I'm still in the same spot. I haven't moved 20 feet. Everything that I have dug has been in this one circle right here. It is a hot spot. All right, I got a good hit here. Solid 9, 8, 9. That sounds like pewter right there. All right, I should have got it. That should have got it. I had to dig that hole a little bigger, pulled everything out, and there it is. And it is pewter, absolutely pewter. And this is part of a utensil. It's very, very, very brittle. I think it's probably part of a spoon. And pewter rings real low on the equinox. It rings anywhere from a 7 to a 9, and when I hear that low grunt, just like gold, it's in the same category as gold, I'm tickled to death. This is the first non-button I found, but it's old. All right, we got a good signal right in there. It is ringing about an 18, which is a good signal. Normally could be in a coin range. Let's see, it should be real close. All right, let's see what we got. I don't see it right off. Oh, I broke it. I broke it. It's pewter. I want to go down after that. That's another piece of pewter. There's a piece down here that it's so brittle that it broke and I felt it snap. So let me go after that. I want to set this down right there. We're going to find the rest of that. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. There it is. All right. See, now these two pieces went together. It looks like a ladle. See that? I don't know where this fits into that. Right there. Well, you can see it wasn't on there by much. Right there. That's pewter. That's really old. That's a great find. All right, let's keep going. All right, I just pulled this out of this hole right here, and it is not a nail. I think it could be a coat hanger. This could have went up on the wall. In fact, I think it is. I think I see a hole right there. Looky there. There we go. Looky there. That's a coat hanger. See that? That's cool. That's a great artifact. I've never found one of these before. This will go in my collection. All right, let's keep going. Pop the plug. I have not looked at it. Is it a button or a coin? Ah, it's a button. Boy, I was hoping for a coin. I am due for a coin at this site. It's a nice flat button. This is number 8. 8. Yeah, it's beauty. Yeah, it's a beauty. We'll clean these up. I'm having a great day. A great day. This is awesome. You know, I came out, I didn't get out here until 1 o'clock. I told my wife, I said, you know, this site's close by. I said, I'm gonna go down there for a few hours. And I'm telling you what, I hit the jackpot. I've been pulling buttons and artifacts out of here left and right. Excellent day. All right, I popped the plug, pulled it out, and I see it. I think this is like my 9th or 10th button. This is a button-rich site, that is for sure. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, you can see right here, I've been on the same spot the entire time. I've never been to a place that had so many buttons. Normally, I'm lucky to find 1 or 2 or 3. To find so many buttons here is just unbelievable. And, you know, I know other detectorists find a lot of buttons. They don't show all those digs. But I'm not in an area where there's a lot of coins and a lot of other kinds of relics. And I already feel that I've done exceedingly well today. I think it's 10. right, I popped the plug, pulled it out, and it is a real funny sound. It's 1718. It's real choppy. That's 18 now. It was real choppy. Is it a coin? I don't see it. It's probably a button. Through here. Maybe it's a nail. Maybe it is a round ball. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Boy, that is beautiful. That is just beautiful. That's a beautiful round ball. Look at that. I mean, it's Pioneer. You can see, can you see where they shoved down on that? Can you see that? They shoved down on that into the barrel. That's an awesome find. That is a great find. This is a great site. Let's keep going. All right, you guys, I dug a great big huge deep hole for a button. I don't know why it was so deep, but it was deep. Here's the hole. I mean, it's about a carat down, and I can see it right there. And that's a pewter button. That is a pewter button. That is an oldie. Shank's still on it. Beautiful. Look at that. It is old. Very old site. You know, I'm actually tickled to death to find all these buttons. You wonder how they lost so many buttons back in that time and day. I mean, I know they lost a lot of buttons, but one site, a true testament of how great that machine is. All right, let's keep going. Popped the plug, pulled it out. I see it right there. It's another button. It is another button, and it's got the shank on it. Yeah, that is an oldie. You know, I've lost count. I don't know if this is 14, 13, 15. No clue. I tell you what, I don't get the opportunity to have digs like this. A lot of times I just dig iron. You guys know. To be on a site that's button rich like this is exciting for me. And the sun is going down, and I'm going to run out of time. And I'm telling you what, I am on a roll today. I should have came out this morning. Unbelievable, isn't it? I just, because it's getting so late, I thought I'd come up here and check, and I found another button where we have already hit. Right there. Looky there. Looky there. It is a button. There's the old, bring it up here where you see it. There's the shank, where the shank was. And this thing was deep. Look how deep that is. The Equinox got it. Tell you what, people told me that that Equinox would make my old sites new again, and I believe it. Popped the plug, pulled it out. You're not gonna believe it, but it is another button. Holy cow, what a roll I'm on. This is a pewter button. It still has the shank on it. Yeah, we are. We are on it. We have been on it all day. I think this is 15 maybe, 14 or 15. I'm having a great day. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun watching this. I know you're probably bored out of your head watching me pop buttons all day long. This episode, I mean, I really feel like I'm accomplishing something here. I'm saving old history that would be completely lost. And as you can see, there is absolutely nothing around me that would indicate a house ever stood here. Nothing at all. but the buttons tell the story. And we're going to keep looking for them. All right, you guys, this might be my last dig. I might try one more. And I got a buckle, and this is the first buckle we found out of here. It's an iron buckle, but it's a buckle. Popped the plug, pulled it out. See it right here. And a little D-buckle. You can see where it came across right there. Little delicate buckle. That's awesome. I am happy tickled death to find that. All right, do we end on that note? Yeah, I think so. All right, you guys, we did real good, real good. Man, we had a ton of fun digging those buttons. Look at that. Look at that. We got coat hangers, we got buckles, we got pots, pieces of pots, pieces of pots, round ball, big spike, pewter, all of this pewter, pottery, horseshoe, and look at all these buttons. There are 14 buttons right here. I wanted to show you guys this real quick. I bought this at Walmart for $1. $1. And inside of this, you can unscrew each of these compartments. See? And I keep all my buttons and small artifacts in that for $1. So, if you guys ever make it out to Walmart, go to the arts and crafts place and pick you up one of these. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope you enjoyed that dig. Catch you guys on the next one. See you later.